Hello and welcome to my channel. This is my first video and we will be covering PowerShell from a beginner point of view. And we will take a look at what PowerShell is to start with. And we will also look at what you can do with it and what it looks like. So basically, and this is a very practical point of view, you could call it a console and a scripting language. You can go into more detail, but I will leave it at that for the beginner video. It has its roots in C# and .NET. And PowerShell 5.1, which is also called Windows PowerShell, comes shipped with Windows. So you already have it on your computer, unless you have removed it somehow. And PowerShell IC comes along with it. It's more of a script editor, so you can write your scripts and save them as PS1 files. PowerShell 7, however, does not come with Windows by default. You download it. I've attached a link here, and I will also put it below the video. PowerShell 7 is a cross-platform, which means that you can run it on macOS and Linux, but with some limitations. It's also my first real taste of programming languages. So I learned more about variables, functions, classes when I first learned PowerShell. And I've been using it for a few years now, on an intermediate level perhaps, you could call it. It's used to create scripts that other people can run by downloading them and running them. And you can do many things in PowerShell that you could otherwise do in other applications. And a few examples of that would be open websites, do scraping, solve math, manage files and folders. And you can also take care of processes and services running on your computer or a remote computer. And that is really the strength, the power of PowerShell, is that you can do the same thing on many devices at the same time remotely. But that requires a bit of configuration, and we will not take a look at that in this series. You can schedule scripts, which allows you to automate tasks. You can create tasks with PowerShell as well. I use it for troubleshooting and maintenance of my personal computer and even my professional computer, since I work as a technician. And you can have graphical user interfaces on top of a PowerShell script, which basically makes it an application that another person can run. You can even turn it into an executable. And after this slide, we will jump into the console. I will use PowerShell 7 in this case, and we will have a look how it looks. And you can change the appearance of the console by right-clicking the top bar, clicking properties, and if you want, leave a comment and I can go deeper into the customization options. So this is the PowerShell 7 window, the console, and this is where you enter commands and press enter to activate it. There are many commands and we will not go into each and every one of them, but we will cover a few good ones to illustrate how it works. Let's find out what date it is today. Enter get dash date, press enter, and you will see the date of today. You can write get command to find out all the different commands that are available. You can download more commands using modules, for example. To erase everything so that we get a fresh start, you can write clear post. This is the long name for CLS, which also erases everything. So CLS is called an alias. And that's it for this time in this first video in a 5-part series about PowerShell for beginners. Thank you for watching, and in the next video we will look at some basic concepts such as variables and functions. Take care.